If there's any character who just shows how timeless NCIS is as a show, it's gotta be Abby Sciuto. For real, the hold she has on the fandom to this day, even how it's been years since her storyline wrapped up. The fact that the show never brought her up again doesn't sit well with a lot of folks. So in this video, we'll be telling you all about how the latest season will fix this injustice. First off, the reasons why we need more Abby references. The goth character in a sitcom or show. Truly a staple of the early 2000s, and not gonna lie, these characters often end up being our favorites. Thing is, Abby was just as sunshiny and optimistic, which gave her such dimension. On top of that, she was a killer forensic psychologist. So yeah, what's not to love? NCIS has seen a lot of changes since it aired way back in 2003, which is something you can expect from a show that's been on the air for so long. But still, Abby and Gibbs's departures really struck our weak spots. They impacted the show in a huge way, no doubt about it. But hey, at least the writers didn't kill them off. Ever since Mark Harmon's Gibbs left, though, he's been mentioned a lot. In fact, references to him have been actual plot points. In an interview, Stephen D. Binder, the producer, talked about how they tried to incorporate him in subtle ways. Take the Leroy Jethro Gibbs Scholarship Fund, for one. Not only that, but he even recommended Agent Tennant, and that led to her recruitment. The producer later on went to say that he wishes he had done something similar with Abby sooner. Now, this is a big deal because fans have been questioning this for ages. There hasn't been one mention of Abby since she left the team and started a new chapter in her life. She was really quite the hero if you think about it. And now what Binder says they'll fix. In the same interview, Steven went on to say that in season 20, they're planning to right their wrongs. Finally, after so many years, he said that he wants to mention her more and to feel her presence more. He also explained that it got difficult to do this previously because there was so much to write, to take care of. That being said, we're all pretty pumped to see how they're gonna build her legacy as she deserves it. She's definitely not gone from the NCIS universe. As Steven himself said, she's somewhere out there fighting the good fight and watching over everyone. As we said, the writers did get a lot right with their approach to Abby. There was an assassination attempt on her life, and Agent Clayton Reeves saved her. So after she woke up from her coma, she decided to honor him. First, she solved the case NCIS style, which, of course, she had to do it to him. She had many talents, and she slayed each and every time. The showrunners Frank Cardia and George Schenk said that they didn't want her departure to be just anything. She's such a wonderful character, and it was important to pay tribute to her and give her a special send-off. Now, there hasn't been much show of this tribute since, but things are looking up now. Because when you think about it, why not? If Gibbs's rules could be mentioned after he left, why can't Abby be talked about, right? The mention we're talking about is when we saw Agent Tennant get his business card with one of the rules written on them. Coming up, let's talk about Polly Peretti's exit. You just can't ignore the actor behind the role. Polly breathed such life into Abby, and we literally can't imagine anyone other than her for the job. She played it so well. As for her circumstances, we're all still a bit unclear after all this while, but we do know that Sciuto's fate wasn't pre-planned. It had to be that way because Peretti couldn't continue. It's said that she and Harmon had some miscommunications on set, and that led to a big fallout. It involved him leaving his dogs there, who ended up biting a crew member really seriously. They ended up needing many stitches. After the incident, Polly tweeted that she was terrified of Mark and didn't want to continue working if he was there. On top of that, when it came to her goodbye scene, everyone was there for a hug except Gibbs. This was probably done by the writers to respect Peretti's wishes. Her goodbye note to Harmon's character was also just a note on his front door, which didn't line up because they had a deeper relationship than that. Following up, another character comes back. Now, we do know that Polly's done with NCIS for sure. She's left the acting life behind, and she's busy doing her silly little tasks. Good for her. We probably won't see her make an appearance, but hey, we take what we can get. A character who has been left in the air is coming back though. Remember Hetty from NCIS Los Angeles? Well, the bosses just revealed that they're planning on bringing her back. You heard us, Hetty disappeared off to Syria and was barely there at all in season 13. They explained that this was because of COVID restrictions and the fact that Linda Hunt is 77 years old, so very immunocompromised. Scott Gemmell spoke to TV Line saying that he's trying to get her back on the show, and these efforts are well underway. He said that using Callan and Anna's wedding was a way through because Hetty does have unfinished business, to say the least. Right now, they're figuring out how to fit this into everyone's schedule. The writing, for the most part, isn't that tricky. If things go smoothly and COVID keeps a low profile, we can expect to see her very soon. And now some other NCIS news you might have missed out on. First off, the NCIS LA boss talks about Kaylin and Anna. The 14th season of NCIS Los Angeles is almost here. The wedding bells will be ringing. Kaylin proposed to Anna on the beach in front of their friends in the CBS procedural season 13 finale, and it was one of the series' sweetest moments. We love a good romance in a crime show. In the coming season, the couple will be dealing with not only work, but also their upcoming nuptials, both of which will be complicated, to put it mildly. Colin and Anna, or Call Anna, have been together since season 8 of the show, so this wedding has been in the works for quite some time. There will be complications, as with any wedding preparation. You all know how it is. R. Scott Gemmell, showrunner, tells TV Line that Colin isn't the wedding type at all, actually. He doesn't know how to go about this type of thing. He's trying to embrace the concept, but he's realizing it's not really him. Figuring out the wedding venue and all that, when we all know what he'd like to do most is elope, oh well, let's wait and see how he deals with it. Up next is Daniela Rula's sneak peek of season 14. The actress opened up about some plot points we've all been dying to know since the 13th season finale. In a conversation with Parade.com, she talked about her role as Kenzie and what her process is like. She started off by saying that while she has kids of her own, they're all relatively little. Raised a teenager is a whole other ballpark. It's also the fact that she got to know her children's personalities at birth. But with Kenzie and the adoption storyline, this is obviously different. For her and Deeks, this is a very new situation. They're gonna get to know Rosa very late in her life, and it's bound to bring up some complex emotions. The actress said that we can expect a lot of focus on this dynamic in the upcoming season. She even mentioned Hetty's situation. All that she was allowed to say was that there was a body found in Syria around her last location, so the investigation is gonna pick up the pace from there. But beyond that, she has no idea. Last but not least, a three-way crossover. The fall premiere brought a lot of goodies to us, namely the Hawaii X flagship show crossover. We saw the team go to the Pacific to investigate a national threat, and all our favorites got to interact. But that wasn't the only thing they have in store. According to EW, the NCIS crossover universe will expand to a three-way crossover that will include the cast of NCIS Los Angeles in January 2023, marking the first time the NCIS universe has done so. A triple threat, baby. They also report that the cast members to look for in these special episodes are NCIS's Gary Cole, Valderrama, and Brian Deitzen. A whole slew of more characters from Hawaii is gonna be there, so buckle up your seatbelts, guys. Also, for this one, they'll switch the day from Sunday releases to Mondays. That's all for this video. What are your thoughts on Binder's promise to reference Abby in season 20? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. See you in the next one.